Arthur Schopenhauer was one of the greatest philosophers to have ever lived, but most men have never heard of him. And even if they have, they probably don't know that he exposed the dark truth about women, truths that still go widely unrecognized today. Schopenhauer was born in 1788 and died in 1860, so his views on women were likely very different from those of today. Actually, no. Despite having lived almost 200 years ago, Schopenhauer's views on women are just as relevant today as they were back then. The only difference is that now we can speak more freely about them without getting cancelled for it. There are 6 things that this German philosopher said about women that every man needs to know. Number 1. Women can be cruel and heartless at times. Just like men, women are capable of being cruel and heartless. This isn't something many men want to hear, but it is the God's honest truth. For some reason, society seems to think that women are pure beings who would never hurt a fly. But the reality is that women are just as capable of being evil as men. We only have to look at the news to see women committing evil acts all the time. A woman in China recently went viral after she attempted to kill her own daughter simply because the child was a girl. The mother had already killed 2 of her other daughters and was only stopped by her husband when she tried to kill a third. If anything, this story shows us that women can be just as evil as men and sometimes even worse. In fact, women have been waging wars since the beginning of human history. Some of the worst dictators of all time were women, such as Queen Mary, Queen of Scots, who ordered the murder of her husband's lover and her own cousin, as well as 300 innocent people. Women have also been practicing infanticide since the dawn of humanity. There are hundreds of historical cases where women have killed their children for reasons ranging from not wanting to be a single mother to thinking their child was too ugly. One case in particular stands out, which was the crime of Mary Bell. When she was only 18, Mary became one of Britain's most hated women after she struck 2 little boys and mutilated their body. Even though there were doubts surrounding her sanity, she was still sentenced to life in prison, showing that women are just as capable of being cruel and heartless as men. No. 2. A woman's love can be dangerous. A woman's love can be dangerous, as it often clouds a man's judgment and makes him susceptible to being used or manipulated. We see this happen all the time. Take, for example, the story of the Russian billionaire Boris Abramov, who was tricked into giving his girlfriend access to his bank account. She then stole an astonishing $1 billion from him, making this one of the largest financial frauds in history. Unfortunately, stories like these aren't rare. They're actually quite common. You might have heard of the Hollywood actress Rebecca Gayheart, who got famous for being so beautiful that she caused a car accident. That's right. She was driving so distracted by the beauty of her female passenger that she didn't see the red light and crashed into another car, killing the other driver. Or how about the case of Mary Lou Lorden, a woman who pretended to be a man online? She built up relationships with them over the course of several years before stealing millions from them. The point is that a woman's love can be dangerous, as it can make men lose focus and do irrational things they wouldn't normally do. Even our Creator has warned us about this, saying, "Beware of the love of money, for it is the root of all evil." Having an intense infatuation with someone can lead to all kinds of bad decisions, especially if that someone is a woman. 3. Women are more interested in money than men. A lot of women say they don't want a guy with money, but they're lying through their teeth. The reality is that women are far more interested in money than men. This is backed up by a study conducted in 2014 by psychologist Daniel Gilbert, who found that women care twice as much about money as men do. The same study also revealed that men are more interested in sex than women. This explains why men are more willing to approach women than the other way around. It also explains why men are more often labeled as creeps or perverts, while women are seen as innocent and pure. The harsh reality is that most women only associate with men because they view them as a means to an end. They use their beauty to manipulate men into giving them what they want, whether that's money, power, or social status. This is why you'll often see gold diggers on dating apps like Tinder, where they openly state that they're looking for a rich husband. While you might feel bad for these women because they seem so desperate, the reality is that they're no different from any other gold digger. All they care about is getting rich, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to achieve that goal. Number 4. Women are better at lying than men. Have you ever wondered why more women become successful as liars? Well, it's all about biology. In general, women tend to have better developed areas of the brain associated with deception. On the other hand, men tend to have larger brain areas responsible for rationality and problem solving. Studies in neuroscience have shown that women are better equipped to read other people's emotions, which allows them to lie more convincingly. This is also why women are more likely to get away with lying. Men are less adept at reading emotional cues, making them more vulnerable to being deceived. According to research, women are also more skilled at detecting lies, perhaps due to their heightened ability to read body language and tone of voice. As a result, women are less likely to fall for lies and are more likely to call out other people as dishonesty. Interestingly, studies suggest that men's brains are wired to be more gullible, which may be related to the higher levels of testosterone in their body. So, the next time you find yourself in a situation where you need to spot a liar, remember that it may be the man who is more gullible than the woman. No. 5. Women cause more hatred than men. Most people don't realize this, but women are responsible for most of the hatred in the world. Think about it. All the wars, all the crimes, all the violence, it all boils down to one thing. Women. We've been conditioned to believe that women are the embodiment of love, peace, and happiness. But the truth is far from it. Women are responsible for the vast majority of crimes committed against men. Every day, men are wrongfully accused of domestic abuse, rape, and sexual assault, or because they dared to cross a woman. The feminist agenda has brainwashed society to believe that men are inherently violent and oppressive towards women. But the reality is that it's women who hold most of the power. Women are the ones who decide who gets labeled as a monster and who gets painted as a victim. For example, the Me Too movement was started by a woman named Tarana Burke to raise awareness of sexual assault. But soon after, it was hijacked by feminists and became a tool to destroy men's lives. In recent years, countless men have been publicly shamed and even imprisoned based on false accusations from women. It's safe to say that women cause more hatred than men, thanks to their manipulative nature and poisonous influence on society. Number 6. Women are the cause of men's downfall. Now, this statement might sound a bit controversial, but it's actually a fact that women are the cause of men's downfall. For centuries, women have been holding men back and preventing them from reaching their full potential. This is because women are inherently more rational and calculating than men. They know how to play the game of life and use men to their advantage. Throughout history, there have been countless examples of women bringing down successful men. One of the most famous cases is that of Samson, a biblical hero whose strength was unparalleled. However, his downfall came when he fell in love with a woman named Delilah. She betrayed him and revealed the secret of his powers to his enemies, leading to his capture and eventual death. Similarly, the great Roman Emperor Augustus was known for his intelligence and ability to maintain order and stability in one of the largest empires in history. However, his empire crumbled after he married Livia Drusilla, who used her influence to manipulate him and control the government. She is largely responsible for the corruption and decline that eventually led to the fall of the Roman Empire. The same can be said about Alexander the Great, the legendary conqueror who built one of the largest empires in the ancient world. He accomplished all of this before he met his wife, Roxana. After marrying her, Alexander became obsessed with conquering India, which ultimately led to his exhaustion and death. His empire quickly fell apart after his death, showing once again how women are the downfall of men.